Imagine opening your phone and seeing a message you did not write. Your personal assistant has told a recruiter that you are not interested in the job. It knows your calendar, the promises you made to yourself, the work you left before, and the reasons you gave at the time. Maybe it made the right call, but the recruiter received an answer from a system acting in your name while you were absent. That is the transition worth watching. Not the moment a scientist inserts a dramatic implant, but the quieter moment a personal system becomes trusted enough to remember, advise, and represent you. This is a scenario, not a prediction that consumer brain chips are imminent. Today, records are fragmented, assistants are limited, and clinical brain-computer interfaces serve specific participants in tightly defined settings. But if personal systems become more capable, an implant may arrive late in the story. It may add bandwidth to a relationship with technology that has already changed how a person remembers, decides, and communicates. The transition has 5 practical stages. First, the archive. Messages, photographs, locations, calendars, purchases, health data, and work records become connected enough that an important event can be found again. Second, retrieval becomes a model. Instead of searching folders, you ask, when did we first discuss this? Why did we reject that offer? What changed before my symptoms change? The system learns patterns, but it must separate a captured record from an inference about what that record means. Third, delegation. The model drafts in your style, filters opportunities, schedules around your preferences, and warns you when a decision conflicts with a goal you declared. Then it begins to act. It may negotiate a meeting, decline an invitation, or hold a preliminary conversation. That is where identity becomes difficult. If a model comforts a friend, rejects a partner, or negotiates a contract, you may have authorized it, but you did not live the interaction. You may not even remember that it happened. Fourth, coordination. Your system talks to other systems before either human enters the conversation. 2 friends find a time they can actually keep. A candidate and employer clarify constraints without 20 messages. A couple's systems may identify that a repeated argument comes from incompatible expectations. This is not shared consciousness. No brains are connected. But private models could exchange carefully limited representations of priorities, memories, and predictions, then return a coordinated result. Fifth, the interface becomes continuous. Glasses, earbuds, and wearables reduce the delay between an experience and the system that remembers it. Later, clinical neural interfaces may add new forms of control or communication for people who need them. Notice what happened before that interface. Your history became queryable. A model learned its shape. Authority was delegated. Other models began coordinating around you. The chip increased bandwidth. It did not create the networked self from nothing. That means the important choices are available before the implant as well. First, ownership and exit. You should be able to export original records, the model's inferences, and the history of changes between them. A memory system that cannot be moved is a dependency owned by a company. Second, truth labels. A system must visibly distinguish what it captured, what another person supplied, what it inferred, and what it generated. Otherwise, it can slowly rewrite your biography while presenting every answer with the same confidence. Third, narrow and reversible authority. You should know when the model spoke for you, what it was allowed to do, and how to cancel that authority. Your calendar assistant does not need your therapy history. Your employer's assistant does not need your relationship memories. Fourth, preserve some local control and some human ability. Sending the raw record of a life to a remote platform is convenient, but it gives that platform leverage over identity. And if a system handles every route, reminder, and difficult decision, it can quietly erode the skills and encounters that would have changed you. The goal is not to reject personal AI. Some help will be useful. The goal is to decide which parts of a life are for assistance, which are for delegation, and which are not for optimization at all. The future is not a simple choice between a natural human and a brain chip. It is a negotiation over memory, agency, and who may share parts of your life with whom. When millions of personal systems begin exchanging intentions and reconstructions, we will need a protocol for minds. And once those systems can reconstruct a past event from several people's records, the next question is not whether they copied a memory. It is who gets to call the reconstruction true. I'm John, and this is Simple Speculations. If you're enjoying these grounded explorations of the future, subscribe to Simple Speculations. This channel is for you if you want to think seriously about how technology could change memory, privacy, relationships, work, and everyday life. There is much more to explore.